Hi everyone, it's Marcy here from Stampin' with Marcy. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Canada, and I sell all of the fabulous Stampin' Up products that I share with you. I did not announce that I was coming on live. As those of you who follow me know, that yesterday my son and his wife moved in with us, and I wasn't sure how today was going to go. So I just knew that I was going to be winging it as to when I was going to be coming on. And we have a thunderstorm warning. It is raining right now, so I wanted to hop on in a big hurry before any crashing and booming started. So that is my explanation. So thank you so much for joining me today, taking a few moments out of your busy day to share some creativity with me. It is Friday, May 29th, and I am super happy to be here with you. Hello, Darlene, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me, and if you could do me a huge favor and share my video. Sharing is caring, and it's how I reach more crafty friends. And if you are watching the replay, still say hello. Let me know where you're coming from. I will respond. I do go back and check messages and all that. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello. If you haven't yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button below, as well as the notification bell. So today I just want to remind you about the Box of Sunshine, the June paper pumpkin kit. The sign-up period is now until June 10th. You can either subscribe on my blog by clicking the paper pumpkin icon. That will take you directly to the sign-up page. Or if you're local and want to do a porch pickup for me and just have me add an extra kit on for you, I am good with that as well. I have one spot left to fill my paper share. So if you're wanting to get in on that, contact me. And I have 2 spots available for my In Color Club. We will get started with the In Color Club as soon as I fill the club. I need 5 members to fill it before we can move forward. And then I had announced on Wednesday about the joining promotion, the Pick a Free Bundle Starter Kit promotion. I will be sending out information this weekend on that. A list of all of the bundles. Every bundle is included. So that starts on June the 3rd. So if you were to join my Stampin' Up family on June the 3rd, you get to choose an extra bundle for free. So today we're going to do some coloring. So I have all of my Stampin' Up blends lined up here so that you can see. We are coloring with Light Pool Party, the Granny Apple Green combo, the Flirty Flamingo combo, the Highland Heather combo, the Dark Mango Melody, and the Light Pretty Peacock. So let's move this aside to show you. We are working with the Jar of Flowers stamp set. Oh, I love this stamp set. It has the beautiful flowers and the fun mason jars. And as this stamp set does not have a sentiment, I chose the Hello from the Forever Fern. As well, I am using the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder for my card. This is quickly becoming my favorite. All right, and here is the card that I'm going to be creating with you. And I don't know if the camera is going to pick up, but I have added some of my favorite Wink of Stella to a few of these, the flowers and the little berries. So yes, I'm not sure if that's going to pick that up or not. And Bumblebee is the color here. This is a new in color, and I have heat embossed that sentiment and popped it up. So let's get started. I am using the Paper Pierce mat. Stampin' Up! Had retired this and sold out of them. However, they are going to be carrying them on. So they will, once the stock gets replenished, they will post the, put the code back up, the order code. So good to know that that is coming back, because I personally find that the using the foam mat really does help with my getting a good image when I'm using photopolymers. So I'm using the Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad because I am using Stampin' Blends. Now my blog post will be up afterwards, so you'll be able to get all of the measurements. Okay, there's that. And then, because this is a bit bigger, this stamp here, what I like to do, let's just move everything over so that we can get in screen here. I like to pick up my ink pad and go over. Thank you, Darlene. I included this card. I did two different colors. I did Bumblebee and the cinnamon cider. I'm trying to think, what was the other card? I included that in my when I sent my catalogs to my customers. So they all got either the Bumblebee or the cinnamon cider. All right, so when I'm not quite over it, let's see if I can't. Holding my breath while I put that down. Okay, and then the stems for the flower bouquet. I am so glad that I got my grass cut today. Oh my goodness. It's been needing to be cut all week, but with the rain, I just didn't get a chance, and it got so awfully long in the backyard. So I have it so that my stems are starting below the lip, because as you can see, my bow is going to cover that, so it doesn't matter. So while we give this a moment to dry, we're going to take, I've got just a strip here of my Bumblebee. And yes, I know that this is retired, but I've told you before that I will continue to use this because it gives me a better stamped image. So this is a just a regular cling set stamp, so I don't need that the Pierce mat, because it's already got the foam built in. So I'm just making sure that I've got no hair, no cat hair. We're going to increase in our cat hair here. Chester and Maya are still locked up in the bedroom until they start to feel a little calmer and more ready to explore. It's a big deal moving houses, especially for a cat when they're not quite sure what's going on. Okay, so, and I'm using white emboss powder. Whoops. Come on. So this is just an offcut when I'm cutting down my cardstock. Okay, there we go. Hello, Diana. How are you? Hello, Mary. Thank you so much. Okay, so now let me grab my heat tool. And remember, it's always a good idea to let your heat tool heat up first before you take it to your embossed image, because that way it's going to take less time and it's going to blow less powder around. And there we go, our hello is embossed. And I did a pretty good job of stamping that straight. I'm impressed with myself today. Sometimes, even without the camera and video equipment in front of me, I don't do a good job. All right, so unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit for me coloring here. So I'm going to start with my leaves. And I'm going to start with my dark, and I'm just adding some at the base here where it would be darker, coming out. Now, it's your card. If you're doing this yourself, you can color it however you want, whatever makes you happy. That's the perfect thing about creating and crafting. It's whatever makes you happy. There's no real rules when it's your own creation, at least not in my opinion. And there's never any judgment here. Blending that out to get rid of that line, staying away from the edge so it doesn't bleed into the flower petals. Hello, Emily. Hello, Tammy. The weather's hot down there for you, Di? It's been very humid here, so humid. I'm hoping that this rain will give us a bit of a break. So now I'm just going to come in, and I'm not going to do any shading. I'm going to color with my light Pretty Peacock. I just chose my colors. I held up the different colors of cardstock, put them down together to see what I thought would look good. And then went from there. My sister said that this was eucalyptus. I think she said that. I don't know what it is. That greenery stuff, the filler in a bouquet. But you can make it any color you want. And then these berries, I colored them the dark mango. I was trying to choose colors that would look good together, vibrant. And of course I wanted to include pink in my flowers. Oh, and actually we'll do the purple next. So I added some of this orange in the center of these blooms here. Because sometimes I find that some of my flowers have quite vibrant centers, the flower centers. So, okay. So the leaves to me that are closest to the center are going to be the darkest. And underneath, because they're going to have a bit of a shadow. So I'm just kind of guesstimating. And then of course in here. But like I said, color it however you like, whatever makes you happy. It is eucalyptus. I got to move my iPad over here so that I can actually see it was charging. So I could not see the comments when they were over to the side. So now I'm just very carefully going over that line to help blend it out. The more color you lay down, remember it's going to change the color. It's going to add more color, so it's going to be layer upon layer. But once you've dried, if you've colored all the dark areas on a large image and then you wait and then try to come back in later with a lighter color, if you've waited too long, you're not going to get that color movement because your darker color will have dried. So just remember that you want to just work in areas instead of coloring the entire thing. But since this is such a small flower, I know that I have time to get this blended out. And you could go much darker. Each flower that I did, oh my goodness, I think I've done, this will be 40, this card right here of these. So each flower looks a little different depending on how much light and dark I have added. Hello Terry, how are you? Okay, so now we're doing this one here. And it's going to be darker here where it's up against this rose because it's going to have a little bit of shadow from it. After coloring so many of these, I've gotten quite quick at coloring it, I found. I know some people don't like coloring. I love to color. I find it very relaxing. So any of you that are watching that are demonstrators, do you have this already? And those of you that are customers, is this set on your wish list? I know we had a jar set before, a mason jar set, and it's one of the ones that I kept. I did not get rid of it because I really enjoy mason jars. But this is a smaller set. I know I had a customer that asked in comparison, just for her own peace of mind, how big was it? So because it's kind of looks, it's sometimes, you know, the catalog, they do a beautiful job with it, but it, sometimes the imagery just doesn't do it justice with how beautiful it is or your sizing. It's hard to tell, so yes, the matching punch is awesome. Yes, 4 years in high school art. Only people who really loved art took 4 years of art. So now I'm just going over and blending it out. I am super duper excited that we are getting a bright pink Melon Mambo Stampin' Blends. I am so excited for that. I cannot wait. It is on the top of my order list to get that Stampin' Blend. Yes, there was an extra year. I didn't do that extra year. So, because I went to hairdressing school, not college, so. And I think my Flirty Flamingo is just about out, this light one. It's getting a little, but I do have backup. I always, the colors that I use a lot of, I have extras. So, because heaven forbid I run out. For me, that would be very sad to have to wait for an order to come in before I could color with my favorite color. Okay, just about done. I am counting down to, I cannot wait for June 3rd. And I will be live here at 6 p.m. on June 3rd. And I'll be live at 1 p.m. on my YouTube channel. So I'll be doing a fabulous card. And then we'll be doing a walkthrough of the catalog. I'll be showing some new things, pointing out where you can find things. And then my stems are the light granny. I have to really pay attention here because some of these little stems are quite skinny. It doesn't have to be fancy coloring. Okay, and then I need my light pool party. So I am just going to, I don't know why I keep doing the top, the mouth of the jar, because it's being covered. So I'm just giving it a light line around. And then going over that, and then I'm just these dashes, because I'm imagining that this is the reflection. So I think it just adds that little bit to it. And then right there. And then what I like to do is this, the way this line is here, you can see it's a little thick. So all I do is, just to blend the edge of that out, I'm just going to come in and lighten that up just ever so slightly. Just like that. And as you can see, all my coloring is done. Oh yes, your niece's name is Jade. That's right. Okay, so I'm taking my Wink of Stella, and you can't really see it on the card on camera, but I'm just adding in on those flower centers so that the recipient, as well as these little buds, the recipient is going to see it and appreciate it. So it just, to me, adds that teeny tiny little bit of extra. I don't know if it's catching it or not. Oh, there we go. So pretty. Okay, so now this is a Whisper White note card and envelope. It's a great size, and as you can see, it's shrunk up a bit because I used the embossing folder, the Tasteful Textile embossing folder on it. Oh, Wink of Stella, yes, I believe I have 5 of them. That's how much I love Wink of Stella. I have 5 on the go in my storage unit there, because I just love them and I go through them so fast. And I have a few extras tucked away in my drawer as well, for just in case I end up running out. You can never have too much of a good thing like Wink of Stella, in my opinion. Makes it so easy just to add that little bit. All right, so in my Tombow, my favorite adhesive. Not adding too awful much. Glue on that, making sure that this is nice and centered. Okay, and let's get our bow created. So this ribbon ties such nice bows. Quick and easy. And then bring in these are old retired ribbon, paper scissors from Stampin' Up that I use as my ribbon scissors. And then I need a glue dot. And as you can see, my bow has completely covered that little bit of coloring. So like I said, I don't know why I just kept coloring those necks of the jars, but oh well. So now this here, I'm just going to take my paper snips and I'm going to just cut straight across here and straight across here. Add a couple dimensionals. I have a ton of these on hand as well. I very rarely have a card that I have not used a dimensional on. And I'm using this as my judge, this wider gap here. That's the way I did it for all of my cards that I included in my catalogs. And there we have it. This is my original, and as you can see, my purple and my pink, both flowers are a little darker, but like I said, it depends on how much color you're putting on there, and what you're feeling, the mood of the day. Do you want a lighter flower or a darker flower? Show off tying bows that fast. Oh no. Practice. The more you do it, the better you get, Tammy. That is, I truly believe that. The more you do something, the faster you're going to get at it. So, I mean, my very first card that I colored took me much longer than this one did. So, yes. Yeah, I really like this embossing folder, and I'm going to have a card on Thursday that uses this embossing folder as well. So stay tuned for that. But yes, you love the granny color because you love to say granny. Yes, give it a lick. I am not licking my Stampin' Blends. That's just not happening. So I'm just going through and looking at these, any comments here, any questions? Yes. Okay, so I hope if you are on the fence with this stamp set, I have possibly changed your mind. It comes with, I've only used this bouquet. It comes with your sunflowers, another bouquet of a different variety of flowers, and tulips in that. But I love my roses, so that's why I chose this one here to use as my my cards. So yes, thank you, Tammy. So anyhow, I'm going to sign off. I have to get out to the store and that. There's a few things that we need to pick up with 6 adults in the house. You know, we just have to make sure that we've got enough of everything. We went through 2 pots of coffee this morning, so that was something new. So yes, so thank you so much for stopping by today. I truly do appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind doing me a favor of sharing my video. Sharing is caring, like I've said before, and it's how I reach new customers. You're no longer on the fence. Judy, oh, I love this stamp set and I can't wait to do some more stuff with it. I've been just trying to come up with enough samples, trying to pick a different set to work with so that I'm not ignoring anybody of my new beautiful sets. The cats are still locked up, Diana. Damon is thinking he will let Chester out this afternoon for a little visit. Danielle's Marshall sits at the door just waiting. Maisie is upstairs. She doesn't come down unless she's with me. Buffy comes down and sits at the door. Buffy is Danielle's dog, and she can't wait to see the cats. So we'll see. Maya is their older cat, and she's a bit more timid, so we shall see how long it takes her to come out, and if she will venture out of the basement, if she will, or she'll go upstairs. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but they're here for a while, so she's going to, hopefully she'll get accustomed to everybody, especially the two dogs. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so have a fabulous Friday, everybody. Have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you on Monday. This Monday is 10 a.m. I'm just thinking, okay, it's the following Monday that Maisie has a grooming appointment in the morning. So, but this coming Monday, I will be live at 10 a.m. So I shall see you then. Have a fabulous weekend, and thanks for taking some time to join me today. Bye for now.